Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain to you all about vaccination and immunization. So first of all, you have to know what is vaccine. So what do you mean by vaccine? Vaccine is what? It is a suspension of killed or attenuated germs. Okay, so it is actually what? It is a suspension of either killed germs or attenuated. Now what is the meaning of attenuated? Attenuated means weakened. So when the germs they become weak, they lose their pathogenicity, they cannot cause the disease, then those kind of germs are called attenuated or weakened germs. Okay, so what is vaccine? Vaccine, it is a suspension of either killed or attenuated. Attenuated means weakened germs. Okay, so this vaccine, it is actually what? It is an antigenic preparation. It is an antigenic preparation, and this preparation is made from either killed or attenuated germs. Okay, so vaccine is what? In other words, I can say it is an antigenic preparation, and it is prepared from what? It is prepared from either killed or attenuated germs. Okay, now remember, this point is very important, that vaccine provides active immunity. Okay, so you may get a question from here that what kind of immunity is provided by vaccine. So you are going to write that vaccine provides active immunity. You know what is active immunity? Active immunity, it is an immunity that develops inside our body due to introduction of pathogens. When germs will enter inside our body, and the body will produce the antibodies to destroy those germs, then that kind of immunity is called what? Active immunity. Is it clear? Now in case of vaccine, what it is done? Either killed germs or attenuated germs are administered inside our body. They are injected inside our body. They are administered inside our body. Now those killed germs or attenuated germs, they will stimulate our body to produce antibodies. Memory cells will be produced. Is it clear? So the vaccine, it provides active immunity to our body by producing what? By producing antibodies and memory cells. Memory cells will remain in our body, and if the same active germ enters inside our body, the memory cells present in our body, they will produce antibodies, they will attack the germs, and they will protect our body from the disease. Is it clear? So this is the function of the vaccine, you remember. Okay, and in other words, antibody provoking agents, the substances that stimulates our body to produce antibodies. So antibody provoking agents, they are called vaccines. Okay, now there is a history about the production of vaccine. So many scientists, they have studied about the formation of vaccine, the production of vaccine, and these scientists, Edward Jenner, Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch, Emil von Behring, so they are the famous scientists who have studied in detail about the vaccine. Okay, now Edward Jenner, you see, 1749 to 1823, so he gave for the first time the idea about vaccination. So remember, Edward Jenner gave for the first time the idea of vaccination. Okay, and this person, he developed vaccine for smallpox. So remember, Edward Jenner, he was the person, he was the scientist who developed the vaccine for smallpox. Is it clear? And which year? It is in the year 1796. The next is Louis Pasteur. You see the timing 1822 to 1895. Okay, now this Louis Pasteur, he confirmed Edward Jenner's findings, and he developed vaccine against rabies. Remember, Edward Jenner, he developed vaccine against smallpox. Louis Pasteur, he developed vaccine against rabies. Rabies, another name for rabies is what? Hydrophobia. He also developed vaccine for anthrax as well as cholera. Okay, Edward Jenner, he developed vaccine for smallpox. Louis Pasteur, he developed vaccine for rabies, that is hydrophobia, anthrax disease and cholera disease. The next is Robert Koch. The timing is 1843 to 1910. So this scientist, he developed vaccine against tuberculosis. So Robert Koch developed vaccine against tuberculosis. Okay, then there is Emil von Behring. The timing you see 1854 to 1917. So this person, I have already told you, he is called the father of immunology, already explained, and he developed vaccine for diphtheria. Okay, so Emil von Behring, he developed vaccine for diphtheria. So you have come to know what is vaccine. It is a suspension of either killed or attenuated germs. This you have understood. Okay, now what do you mean by vaccination? What is vaccination? So administration of vaccine. The process of introduction of vaccine into an individual to provide protection against disease is called vaccination. So administration of vaccine. For what reason the vaccine is given? The vaccine is given to an individual to provide what? To provide protection against a disease. So administration of vaccine to a person to provide protection against a disease is called vaccination. Okay, and what do you mean by immunization? What is immunization? The process of development of immunity. So process of development of immunity. So it is a process by which the host develops immunity. This is called immunization. Is it clear? So remember about the vaccine is that vaccine, it provides active immunity to a person. So this is very important. Study these names, very important. Then immunization means what? There is a difference between vaccination and immunization. Don't mix up. Vaccination means administration of vaccine, and immunization means what? Immunization means process of development of immunity in a person. That is called immunization. Okay, now the next we are going to study about the types of vaccines, little bit about the types of vaccines. Now there are different kinds of vaccines present. The first one is live vaccines or attenuated vaccine. So live vaccine or attenuated vaccine. Okay, attenuated, I have already told you, attenuated means what? Attenuated means weakened germs are called attenuated germs. Okay, so these vaccines, live vaccines or attenuated vaccines, they are prepared from the live but attenuated germs. So they are prepared from live but weakened germs. Okay, and example, remember what are the examples? MMR vaccine, BCG vaccine, then vaccine for smallpox, influenza. They are what? They are all live vaccines or attenuated vaccines. I'm repeating once again. So what do you mean by live vaccines or attenuated vaccines? Vaccines having the live germs but weakened germs. So live germs but weakened. They lose the property of pathogenicity. Okay, so they cannot cause the disease, but they can stimulate our body to produce antibodies. An example, MMR vaccine, BCG vaccine, vaccine for smallpox, influenza. They are what? They are live vaccines or attenuated vaccines, and moreover these vaccines provide what? Lifelong immunity. So they usually provide lifelong immunity. Then the next comes the vaccines from the killed germs. So vaccines from the killed germs. So these vaccines, they are prepared from by killing the germs. So germs are killed. Okay, so the different kinds of vaccines that are produced from the killed germs, they are like plague vaccine, rabies vaccine, cholera vaccine, typhoid vaccine. So remember all these names. The names are plague vaccine, rabies vaccine, cholera vaccine, typhoid vaccine. All these are vaccines produced from killed germs. The next is toxoid vaccines. So this toxoid vaccine, these are modified bacterial. So toxoid vaccines, these are modified. They are modified bacterial toxins. Bacterial toxins means what? The toxins, the poison produced by the bacteria. That is called what? Bacterial toxins. So toxoid vaccines, these are bacterial toxins that are made non-toxic. So those bacterial toxins, they are made what? Non-toxic, but retain the capacity to stimulate the formation of antitoxins. Okay, so once I'm again repeating, what are toxoid vaccines? Toxoid vaccines, these are actually modified bacterial toxins. Okay, but those bacterial toxins, they are made and non-toxic they are made, but they retain the capacity to stimulate the formation of antitoxins. Okay, so they stimulate our body to produce the antitoxins. Now remember the names. Toxoid vaccines, example, tetanus toxoid, diphtheria toxoid. So these are toxoid vaccines. Now the next one is the recombinant. So recombinant vaccines. So recombinant vaccines, you will find that these vaccines, they are prepared. So these vaccines, they are prepared by genetic engineering. So by means of recombinant DNA technique, these vaccines are prepared. By means of genetic engineering, these vaccines are prepared. Okay, and so especially remember, you may get a question that vaccine for hepatitis B, that is hepatitis B vaccine, it is produced how? From yeast. Remember, it is produced from transgenic yeast. It is produced from transgenic yeast with the help of recombinant DNA technology, with the help of DNA engineering. So with the help of genetic engineering, the recombinant vaccines are produced. So you may get a question that name one vaccine that is produced with the help of a recombinant DNA technique. So you are going to write hepatitis B vaccine. It is produced from which organism? It is produced from yeast. Okay. Moreover, besides this, there are also DNA vaccines present. So there are also DNA vaccines present. Now these DNA vaccines, so lately DNA vaccines are made. although they have not been yet they have not been yet uh, injected into human, or they are not produced commercially, but lately this DNA vaccines are also produced. Okay, so this is about the different kinds of vaccines that are produced. And now, what do you mean by antitoxins? So what do you mean by antitoxins? So antitoxins are what? These are the substances that are produced in order to neutralize the toxins. So antitoxins are what? These are the substances that are produced in order to neutralize the toxins. Toxins means what? Poison. Okay, so toxins means what? Poison. And antitoxins are what? These are the substances that are produced in order to neutralize the toxins. Okay, so when a person is bitten by a snake, what happens? The snake venom is what? It is a toxin. It is a toxin that enters inside the body of the person when he is bitten by a snake. So immediately what it is done? So immediately that person is hospitalized and he is provided with passive immunity. He is provided with passive immunity with the help of antitoxins. Okay, so antitoxins, these are what? These are the substances that are produced, and what they do, they neutralize the toxins that enter inside our body. Okay.